one of the topics that caught my attention, and I'm gonna let you bring the topic in for me.
Okay. What were we talking about? Daddies? The daddies? The acknowledgement of daddies? Is that what you was getting on?
Oh, the thing you were talking about, acknowledging fathers, Father's Day. Well, Father's Day is gonna be this Sunday.
And it happens to be on Juneteenth.
Juneteenth.
Okay.
That's a special.
All of it. It's all special. But man, and listen, if depending on what I say, you know how they'll say, oh, she's a pick me. No. Let me tell you something. Last year for my fiance, my ex-fiance, because your girl's single, okay? Let me plug that. Anyway, I went all out. Any and everything that he named, that he wanted, that he needed, he got it. So let me tell y'all something, ladies. They big up Mother's Day. There's commercials all over. You're going to get commercials for 2 months straight before Mother's Day to say, hey, reminder, Mother's Day is coming. Don't forget. You try to take your lady out to eat, baby. Restaurants are packed for Mother's Day. Do you hear me? Packed. You waiting on that Sunday for Mother's Day. Father's Day is probably going to be a ghost town. So big ups to you gentlemen that do what y'all are supposed to do. I know y'all jobs are not easy, dealing with the woman, dealing with kids. Y'all are under pressure to provide, to protect. What you say, the 3 P's? Provide, protect. Profess your love, provide, and protect. I know you guys are under a lot of pressure, but let me tell you something. We see you. We love you. We love what you do with your kids. And we're not perfect. We know that y'all are not perfect. A lot of us are out here winging it. We didn't have even examples to look at, good mothers, good fathers, or whatever the case may be. But I love to see a man loving on his kids, loving on him. I just said, I know I'm here live, but I just said I delivered mail. And about a year ago, I seen a baby. A man had his baby outside 3, 4, 5 years. I don't even remember. But he was washing the car with his dad. And I just started recording. And I said, hey, I don't want to seem like a creep, but I just love to see it. Like you building a bond with your baby out here, showing your baby, not even just showing him anything, spending time with your baby. And I remember back in the Gap, like seeing guys with their babies working on cars and stuff. Like, you don't see that anymore. There's a lot of young men that don't know how to even change a tire because men are not pouring in to their kids. And my thing is this, even if you don't have kids, if you know children, young men, young boys, grab them, embrace them, show them, teach them, like, yo, y'all just don't understand. There's not too many men. I ain't gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. There's not a lot of manly men like in the generation of 16, 18, 20 right now, because they letting social media raise them. They're letting YouTube raise them. Like nobody's really putting their time and their effort into young boys right now. And I salute you guys that are doing what y'all are supposed to be doing, or at least trying. I salute. Big ups to y'all.
I think what it is sometimes more, and I'm not knocking all women when I say this, but I think if a breakup occurs, mm-hmm. and a woman is feeling bitter about that breakup, where she's feeling some type of way about seeing you succeed, mm-hmm. and her not going at her dream, it could be vice versa, but we're talking about, this particular round, that I think sometimes that particular woman, I'm not saying all women, I'm just saying that those particular women will try to turn your kids against you. Because
if she can't hurt you anymore, I'm gonna hurt you through your kids.
Right.
That's what there are a lot of women out there like that. So I understand what you're saying.
I don't think that's fair
at all.
I don't think, because if a man is trying his hardest, because my thing is with my kids, I may not see my kids every day, mm-hmm. as often as I would I would want, because they live in Dallas.
Okay.
So it's not, if I get out there, it's going to cost money. And when you have a young daughter, you have a young son, they're older. But when you have those teenagers, they're all about money. But I think the lack of respect comes, they only call you when they want something. And I think we as fathers, we have to train them, get their mind back right. And I think that's our job as a father. If you're involved in your kid's life and you're going through that type of situation, I think it's our job as a man to reaffirm that, to take that out.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you live out of state or you live out of town. I mean, can't get to you. Like, because when my kids were living here, I had them every single weekend. If they had events at the school or they wanted, Dad to come have lunch, I was there. When they were here, I was there. But obviously, I can't get out there because of my obligations here.
Right.
But what I'm doing now is I'm trying to leave them a legacy. What I'm working on now, the reason why I work so hard, because I'm trying to leave them a legacy. And oftentimes, we as parents, we go through emotion, we don't understand. Leaving a legacy is more important to me, and I could be wrong. I would prefer to leave you a legacy than spend as much quality time with you as you want. I could be right, I could be wrong, but I think living a legacy, something that you could be proud of for decades and generations.
I think it depends on the age of the kid. So if you build a strong foundation as a father, mother, whatever, with a child as they're young, they don't lose that. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard. Like, it's life. Breakups, divorces are hard on not only the adults, but the children as well. But that's a part of, like, even just we were talking about earlier, just the dating phase and vetting people. Like, it's hard to know what the other person will do when they're bitter or when something doesn't go their way. And that's one thing I can definitely pride myself on, as far as, I was in a relationship and married for 18 years. I had three children there. And I never, no matter what was going on between him and I never kept the kids away. Now, there were times where I felt like this may be not a, I'm not going to say dangerous situation, but it's so heated at the moment that the exchange between us may have just been like, oh no. But as far as visitation goes, like, get your kid. You want your kid? The door is always open to get your kid. I don't care if you're paying child support. None of that matters to me. The time you spend with your children is all that I care about, But for whatever reason, my children might have felt a way with the way that I was treated and, whatever. So they're like I said, now I have older children, 18, 17, and 11. So they're old enough to make their own decisions on relationships. You know what I'm saying? Me and their father just, divorced 2 years ago. So they were old enough to understand what was going on. They made their own decisions, but I never said, you can't go to your dad's. You can't do this. Never. I don't care what you're paying, what you're not paying. That has absolutely nothing to do with anything. If you want your kid, come get, why you could come get your kid? Because I want to go do whatever the hell I want to do. And I'm not going to sit here with kids while you're living your free life and doing whatever you're doing. Get your kids. So the decision, I believe, should always be on the man. So my mom and other people are just like, hey, don't talk, no matter what's going on, don't talk bad about the father to them. They'll see it. They'll feel it. They'll understand. They're old enough to get it and understand it. So, but like in the day and age that we're in now, your babies are in another city. There's FaceTime. There's so many ways to communicate with your babies. You know what I'm saying? But I get what you're saying, for a kid to always call the father or call a parent and just be like, hey, I need $30. Hey, can I? No, you're going to call me and talk to me without asking me for something. Like, that should be standard. So I seen Damian Valentine actually post earlier about, he said this week he was posting about fathers, whatever. He raised his baby boy. And he's just like, even though the baby was in the house with the father with him, he always taught his son to respect the mother, no matter what. Conversations, it was always yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, whatever the case. You're still going to respect her because of who she is. We're not going to, it doesn't matter what she does and what she doesn't do. You're still going to respect her. So that's the way that I always approached it. I didn't have a present father. Father was in jail 27 years. I didn't have a mother that was always present. So I vowed that would not be me. I don't give a damn what happened between me and dad. Y'all have access to your dad. All three of y'all have phones. Call your dad. Matter of fact, I'd rather be out of the middle of all that. Have access to your babies. Have access to your dad. Now, what happens between y'all, that's on the daddy to build that relationship with them or to keep that relationship going. If there's a rift or whatever, that's between y'all. That's not between me anymore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I get it, you know, what you're saying too. Like, you out here grinding and you want to leave, you know, a legacy for your babies. And, you know, we're here to build generational wealth for our babies as well. So that is important as well. And as long as your babies know that and they still feel the love from you and they're still getting acknowledgement from you, you haven't moved on with another woman. And then it's like, oh, these are my old kids, or what, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna say old, but you know what I mean. Oh, she got new kids, so we got a new family, but these are my kids with my previous wife. You still have to pour that into your babies. You have to keep that going because those will forever be your babies. So as long as they know that and they always feel the love from their daddy, I always said, even though my daddy was gone, nobody could, you know, gone in prison, nobody could tell me anything about my daddy until he wronged me. You know what I'm saying? So until I was old enough to understand, you couldn't tell me anything about my dad. So same goes, you know, we all, like I said, we all make mistakes. We're not perfect when it comes, we're not perfect mothers. I cuss mine up and down. And like my son say, it's different when you cuss me out than my daddy cuss me out. It's different. Or not cuss him out, but you know, get on to him and you're using strong words or whatever. But either way, just love on them babies, man. And bottom line, what we were talking about at the beginning of this, if y'all missed it, is that we salute daddies. It's Daddy's Week. It's Daddy's Day coming up. We love y'all. There are women out here that will definitely do. I had a post and I was gonna post that. There are women that will do. That's the post. We will do. We will love you. We will honor you as a father, as a husband. We salute you, especially women like me that didn't have a daddy. So I salute you, men that are out here trying, that are grinding and doing their thing. We salute you. And mamas, we never forget about you. But Daddy's Week. It's Daddy's Week. It's Daddy's Day coming, y'all. Do great things for the daddy. Like, we say thank you, but show some appreciation. Not just in gifts, show it. Like, men need to be bigged up like we are. At Mother's Day, like I said, y'all advertise that for 2 months before Mother's Day. Daddy's Day is like, oh, it's Father's Day and Juneteenth. Okay. Well, DJ Envy have a car show this weekend. So it's even more dumbed down. Like, y'all gonna be at the car show. What about y'all's daddies? What about the daddies? What about the husbands? Y'all pour love into them. DJ, you got it.
yeah, no, definitely. And one thing that I don't like, and I hate that with a passion, when mothers, when people, let me rephrase it, when people still try to acknowledge mothers
on Father's Day. Yeah.
That is so disrespectful to me.
And you'll see posts and they say, I'm the mama and the daddy. No, you're not. No, you're not, sis. I don't care how wrong that man did you. You are not the daddy. You are not the father. Like, no, stop it. Cut it out. Even if he's a deadbeat, that is not your place. You are the mother. You can only be a mother. And I'm not saying that a woman cannot raise a strong man and pour into him and love on him and raise him to be a great man. I'm not saying that, but you are not the daddy, ma'am. Cut it out. You are not the daddy. Stop it.
All it is we still acknowledging you because you are doing the best. No, you're not. You're not doing the best of both worlds because a woman can't teach a man how to be a man.
And that's why I said at the end of the day, even these men that are not daddies, if you're uncles, if you're just close friends, if you have access to babies that don't have daddies, love on those boys, love on those kids, period. But love on them because they need it. Like when they used to say back in the day, it takes a village to raise a child. That is the truth. That's the truth. And we need more. Sometimes the mom is not up to par. Sometimes the dad is not up to par. Uncles, y'all step in. Friends, y'all step in. Love. I go, I used to talk in, speak in prisons. And you see these boys get here because they literally say nobody loved them. Nobody cared on them. Mama came and she'd have made some dinner. And by the time he came home, I had a little boy. By the time he came home from school, never even seen mama.
Wow.
So as a kid, you're like, oh, yeah, it's going on. I mama's gone. I can do whatever I want. And then after a while, it's like, damn, I don't have no love for my mama, my daddy, nobody. I'm literally out here raising myself.
What's not cool today is lack of leadership. And that's why I salute Damien. So, like I do because he's
D. Valentine.
the men in many hats.
Correct.
He's out there working for the kids, trying to teach the kids to be better men. And that's what we need in today's world. That's what we need in today's society, because we often don't have that. I remember growing up, my father passed away when I was 14. I didn't have that, until I got in high school, ROTC, the Young Men's Club, and we had, but those, the ROTC instructor became a mentor to me. When I was in the Young Men's Club, that was led by the security, the security guy at that school. So I had role models. Now I can honestly say, losing a father at the tender age of 14, your mind is curious. Gangs are coming around, and all your friends are selling drugs and things like that. So you get, I ain't gonna lie, I was like, man, all my friends are making money. They jars upon jars of money. I want that. But I thank God, because when I wanted to do that, they all told me, no. We don't want you. We don't want you doing this. We respect your mom. I was like, how you gonna tell me no, what you doing? I'm trying to make some money. I'm trying to, get the lady. I'm trying to be down. But now I understand. God had a better purpose for me.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you doing it, but I can't do it. But I remember when they would go to jail, they would call me collect. Why are you calling me? But I get it now. I didn't get it before, but I get it now. It's just God's divine purpose to better make me into the man I am today. Never sold drugs, never did drugs. Inhaled a little bit. But, I mean, who didn't? Right. You know what I'm saying? But when it came to heavy drugs, never did that. Never been curious. Never, they say curiosity kills a cat.
Not on that. Yeah, not on that.
Not on that,
I'm good on that.
I like to indulge in a glass of wine here and there, but that's about it. But I thank God for those mentors in my life, and that's what kids are missing today. They're missing mentors. They're missing male role models that needs to be in their lives. So we can touch one, then one can touch another. It becomes a chain. So I salute D for doing what he does.
Yes, sir.
With the youth. So we're gonna get it together and slowly but surely and do that. But as mothers, we must, mothers must learn. Just like fathers must learn, work together as a unit. Right. Regardless if it didn't work out, the marriage didn't work out, don't bash. You see, don't bash that other person in front of those, your dad ain't nothing, or your mom ain't. One thing that I'm proud of today, to this day, my kids have never met anyone I dated. Because if you come around my kids, that means you the one for me. And I only got 2 kids by the same mother.
Ooh, I need you to preach this to somebody else.
I don't believe in that. You're not gonna
your children meeting.
You're not gonna meet them just as a friend. You're not gonna meet them just as I'm not. You're not coming around my kids. Period. Because the moment I bring you around my kids, that means I'm trying to get serious with you.
Right, I got you.
But I mean, my kids met plenty of my staff or my associates. People that I deal with in the industry. There's nothing wrong with that. I met plenty of women, that I know, associates or, co-workers. There's nothing wrong with that. But you're not going to meet anyone that I'm trying to get serious with.
Right. Until you're there,
Unless
up close.
That woman will know when I bring you around my kids, that means you're the one. But I don't believe, I disagree with this very strongly. If I bring you around my kids and my kid don't like you, then I'm just supposed to lead a relationship? I need to understand the reasoning of why. I need to understand the why. What is it? What don't you like? Why don't you like?
I can agree.
And how can we
figure this out?
But it's not just going to be an immediate termination. Unless you wrong my kids. But if you ain't wrong my kids,
what's the deal?
I need to understand. Because if this person ain't do nothing to the kid or kids have you get an attitude, they feel some type of, well, you're not with mom, you're not with dad.
That's it. I was just about to say it.
Why. Because if I understand the why, then we can get to the what.
Past that, right?
Or how.
And I've been in that situation. It appeared that, you know, kids wasn't meshing, but it's because they still miss, or they're still hoping for something, you know, between the parents to reconcile, and that's not gonna happen. And once you explain it, like kids, and like I said, it depends on the age of the kids. They don't really understand until you sit down and talk to them. And a lot of parents, one thing that I don't agree with, a lot of parents are like, don't be friends with your kids. I can understand that to a certain extent, but my kids, because of the things that I've been through, I'm 100% and upfront with my kids about almost everything. Like I said, my kids are 18, 17, and 11. You're not going to not know what's going on. I'm going to let you know. So at the end of the day, like, why do you want to shield your kids from real life? You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't teach them, they're going to get out here and the world is going to teach them, or social media is going to teach them, or YouTube, TikTok, whatever is going to teach them, and it's going to be, or their friends, and it's going to be a skewed, some stupid stuff, and they're like, oh, I heard this, I heard, no, you're going to hear it from me, you know. So I'm always 100% with my kids. Like, what's the deal? What don't you like about this? Let's talk about this now. And I'm an advocate now for therapy and counseling and all of that. I wasn't before, but now it's like I've been through so much. My babies have been through so much. Come on, let's talk about it. What's the real deal? And when I went to counseling, when I took my babies to therapy, I realized, I'm like, are y'all good with the divorce? You know what I'm saying? The breakup of me and your dad? Are you okay with the new relationship? Like that type of stuff. And stuff came out, and then my daughter's just like, no, it's this, and this. And I'm like, well, you could have said that to me directly. But I also understand the aspect of bringing a mediator in and somebody like pulling that out of them. And like sometimes as parents, we don't think we're doing enough, or we're doing, you know, we don't know, because I'm out here winging it. I didn't have great examples or whatever. But my daughter was like, you know, the therapist is like, what do you like about your mother? She said, one thing I can say about my mother, no matter what's going on in her world, she's a go-getter. She's going to go with what she's going through, but she's going to get up every day. She's going to take herself to work. She's going to come home. She's going to work some more, take care of us, and do her thing. Whatever she's going through, they don't let her stop. She doesn't let that stop her. So that's the example I'm setting for my kids, and I'm always open and honest with them. That is dialogue. So I'm playful with them. Yeah, we're friends to a certain extent, but at the same time, you got to allow kids to have their voice, because when you project on them, like, no, you're going to do what I say, how I say, when I say,
authority,
then they're not going to want to talk to you. They're not going to want to talk to you. My son is 18, and he is more into like biblical and spiritual than a lot of grown men that I know. And he said, Mom, I believe in God and this, and this, but something about this, and this doesn't sit well. So I've just been studying this. I'm like, and he's like, I'm not resonating with the Bible or this and this as much. So I'm like, just show me what you've been looking at. Let's talk about it. Let's see some videos. Let's see this. So we had open dialogue on Sunday. And I'm like, okay, I can understand that, because back in the day, you know, certain things that we learn as far as biblical, your parents would say, that's the devil. Nah, don't do this, don't do that. But did they really know? You don't know. You just learning by what they're telling you. So you're like, hey, my mama said, don't do this, don't do that, da, 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 da. But now the kids now are like exploring more and getting to learn. And I'm cool with that. Now I'm going to correct you where I feel that you're wrong. But at the same time, I'm going to let you go on your own journey to a certain extent to learn what you need to learn. But I'm also going to come back and say, hey, this is because of this and this is because of that. So I like to give facts. Let's get in on this, and this. But all I'm saying is, you know, like when it comes to being friends with your kids, I'm not totally against it, but I'm not solely like, oh, my kids are my friends, they're going to treat me any type of way or talk to me any type of way. Like my kids don't say yes, sir, no, sir, so on and so forth, but they know not to disrespect me. I didn't grow up saying yes, sir, no, sir. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean my kids are disrespectful. Yeah, my son, 18 years old, and he'll say, Mama, I'm not having sex. And I smoke a little weed. What? You know, I'm mad about it. But it's like, what kid is coming and being honest with their parent like that? And he's like, Mom, I'm not having sex. Like, I'm not doing that. And so I'm like, look me in my eyes. You ain't playing with me, right? Because I was having you at 18. Right. Yeah. But I pride myself on, I've opened the door and I've allowed so much discussion with my kids and that openness that they can tell me what it is and what it's not. And my daughter will say, I don't like the way you do this. What? It might be a gut punch, but it's like, you know what? Okay, let's talk about it.
Right.
But a lot of parents aren't know until years later. Hey, she was acting like this or doing this or doing that because of you. Take that accountability as a parent. And I'm just like, hey, I'm sorry. I'm quick to apologize. Hey, I'm sorry if I didn't do this, this, and this right. Let's talk about it. What do you think we should do? What do you think I should do? So when it comes to the daddy situation and all that, I step back. And now my daughter's like, oh, I see this, this, and this. Baby girl, that's on you to see, not for me to project.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, and we going live tonight. We getting on some good stuff tonight. Let's go.
It all boils down back to love.
It's all love. It's all
We're
love.
on the After Dark mode. But we gonna get into some more great classic slow jams. And I was thinking about this slow jam.
Hey, we about to
all
take a
night.
break. We'll be back.
We're gonna get into some more Vaughn. Right here in Love After Dark, especially for
Let's
the
go.
ladies.
Come on, Avant.